Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, back with another. What is it? Invincible. Thragg embarrassed everyone. We got Kevin back in the building with us yet again with another visual. You did. Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want the first part, you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video.
Liking it with a thumbs up.
Everybody doing a Thragg video.
Yeah.
Everybody like, man, I ain't never seen no shit like this before, man. Let's get it.
Thragg? What are y'all scared of Thragg for? He not like that. The Grand Regent, man, he don't deserve that title. Give it to Conquest. All he do is sit on his ass all day. He ain't a problem. I put 100 on him. Matter of fact, I put my whole life he don't get past Omni-Man. Thragg, a real demon? Huh, we've seen real demons, and believe me, Thragg ain't one of them.
Bro, listen, I was on the team with a whole bunch of LA Fitness niggas. No badges. We had Mike. I'm sorry I gotta say your name. You are one of the worst hoopers in the whole country, bro. You wide open and they say 100% contested. You can't make nothing.
All that talk about Thragg a fraud, Thragg ain't this, Thragg ain't that. Y'all was on every platform, Twitter, TikTok, IG, playing on his name. He showed y'all why he's the one on the throne. But we'll get to that later. We first have to see how our guys are doing. Oliver is rightfully upset that Nolan is burying Conquest, which I'd be mad too. He almost killed us like 5 times. Fuck that guy. But unlike Thetis, Nolan didn't just completely forget and abandon Viltrum. That's who he is at the end of the day. He gotta respect the demon that Conquest was. Now, Mark is still unconscious after getting his insides torn out. And I know for a fact Nolan ain't a doctor. He just threw the spaghetti back in a bowl. Now, the one thing I don't like about the show is how inconsistent the strength is shown. There is no universe where an oversized caterpillar should be able to take multiple hits from Omni-Man, land a hit on Omni-Man, eat Omni-Man. This is the same dude who annihilated the Guardians. The same dude who simply just flew and destroyed everything on a planet, held up an island with one hand, tanked this big ass orbital cannon and only got a nosebleed, and in his own words said this.
Yeah, you should have seen the asteroid I diverted a few years ago. The size of Texas.
What? Texas. Do you know how big Texas is? And he said that with a smile on his face like it was nothing. The same dude who flew next to the sun stood right by a black hole. Isn't Nolan top 3 strongest Viltrumites? Yo, this scene just annoyed me. But since they were stuck here waiting for Mark to recover, it gave Oliver and Nolan time to bond. He hasn't seen his own son since he was in Pampers. At first there was some tension in the air, but after a few months they really sat down and just talked. Building their relationship, training, fishing, training again, and I refuse to believe Oliver is capable of making his nose bleed. Get this nonsense out of my face. The only other thing that made his nose bleed was that big ass orbital cannon. So you want me to believe Oliver is on par with that? Now listen, I don't hate Oliver, let me just say that now. That's my guy, he has heart. I just don't like the cap. He be acting like a top dog when he not. That's all I'm saying. But on their way back, Oliver told his pops how he went to this restaurant and there was this lobster that made him feel fizzy inside. I'll translate. He said that was one fine ass lobster. What? Yeah, we know you're Nolan, son. Y'all both like that weird shit. First a bug and now a lobster. Mark, I respect you a little more now. And speaking of Mark,
You said what?
Nothing.
Man, I see, like, I mean, that's what his
he finally woke up. Been knocked out for 2 months. While this was going on, Alan and Zoe is still stuck underneath the Viltrumite ship when they overheard them talking about pulling up to Thetis, so that's the game plan. Wait until we get close to just fly over to the Coalition. Which, of course, wasn't going to be easy. These two right here, Zoe and Alan, might be the biggest frauds in this entire war. Zoe, you have all this advanced tech and you telling me your suit suit can't boost you any faster, Alan had to toss you over. And when doing that for the 15th time, we see Alan once again getting jumped. It's like Alan can survive against a Viltrumite, but he can never win against a Viltrumite. And right when he was about to get chopped, Zoe pulled up with Space Razor, putting a hole straight through one of them. Steve knew he had a skedaddle, so they get back down to the headquarters with the one and only itching for a fight, Battle Beast. He might be the only one who consistently violates Viltrumites on every occasion. We don't gotta worry about him, he gonna be alright. And now that these four are together, and what I mean by that is now that Battle Beast is here, that changed the tide of war, was able to even the odds. And when Thragg got word of that, he said, I bet, make sure the tank is full, we pulling up. The Coalition Council was having a discussion and they was like,
yo bro, how long do we gotta keep doing this? I'm tired of setting my people out there to die. At what cost is this worth it?
are you stupid?
Excuse me?
What, you just want to stop halfway? And then what? You think the Viltrumite's just gonna forgive and forget? What the fuck is y'all talking about? I'm in a war with a bunch of dumbasses.
Nigga, if you wanna get disrespectful.
And while they were talking, this dude decides to go ahead and lower down the defenses, you traitorous bitch. 1 second they're having a convo, the next they're getting blasted with a laser. 7 Viltrumites come flying out that ship, killing everyone they see. And during this invasion, I realize how sorry Krieg is. Bro's taking down all these weaklings thinking he tough shit.
Where's the betrayer?
Yelling like that just to get knocked into a wall, slammed down, eating 15 punches to the face. Zoe, we know, can take down the grunts, but the moment a Viltrumite's in the picture, well. Why don't you look at that? Had to get saved by Alan once again. Y'all keep hyping her up and I just don't get it. Hold on, gut punch, right hook, uppercut sent Bro to the atmosphere, and I'm starting to feel bad for Zoe. The second she stood up, Anissa comes through, grabs her by her chest, and look at Krieg. Gets backhanded, followed up with a double hammer fist to the skull. He is garbage. Back to Zoe though, she is getting flown through multiple buildings, grabbed by the neck, dragged up the building, starts ripping off her armor like it was nothing. She was gonna die here. And y'all getting mad at me cause I called her ass. This nigga's legendary? Based on what?
What has he done? How long has he been in the game?
Well, I know he got
Who
into
the
it.
fuck knows who Scrunchu is outside of the local ghetto community of comedy?
She had to get saved once again. The big 2 plus Oliver finally arrived, and the first thing Nolan does, my goodness, Krieg, what are you here for? Go home. Got the whole team fucking you up. So Mark and Oliver fly straight through the Viltrum ship, Thragg clutching onto that skull with his life. Relax, bro. We're not gonna take it from you. And this might be the first time we've seen Zoe do anything against a Viltrumite. Hold on, y'all clap it up. Might throw something on the grill. This needs to be celebrated. But can y'all guess what Craig is doing right now? If you said eating concrete, you are 100% correct. I don't see any resistance. He's just sitting in his head like, damn. Thetis though been out there putting in work. Stomped on Steve back. He didn't even punch Anissa. He gripped her face and just pushed her back. Then he punched her. Thragg then calls for a retreat. Peep everyone else, and then peep Krieg. Goodness. But even though we drove them away, we didn't win. So many casualties. And the one who sought us out got a bullet to the noggin. But he also told us that Thragg is heading back to Viltrum. They also try to fake like Concourse is coming back. Not gonna lie, they got me. Imagine if he did come back though. At that point, I start rooting for him. He deserved to win. But now we get thrown into a flashback where we finally see Emperor Argel. They're over here casually discussing annihilating half the population of a planet just because they got a few rebels in the mix.
Oh my god.
Thetis said, nah, y'all gotta chill. They only acting like this because we're always trying to kill shit. Let's relax. Let's be civilized. It'll only help us in the long run. Which he is 100% correct. But I don't know if he forgot who he's talking to. You're in a room full of Viltrumites. Civilized is not in their vocabulary. I really want to know what happened to Thetis that made him this way. Out of the billions of Viltrumites, only him and Nolan broke out of that savage mindset. So in the dead of night, this man assassinated Argel and then vanished. With how easy that was, Argel must have been straight buns. How did he become the emperor? Who put him on the throne? He died that quick, no struggle, no fight, not even a broken window. He's sorry. The next day, Thragg becomes Grand Regent giving his speech. He turns around to this dude. Hey man, you're gonna betray us? I will never, Cap. Sliced his head off for no reason. Who the fuck is y'all? Did y'all rehearse this? Was this planned? Y'all was just backstage. So when we get out there, I'm gonna host someone crazy. crazy. I'ma just kill him for no reason. I don't know who, I don't know how. I might punch him, I might chop him, whatever I do, just give me like 5 seconds to pose after. Then come put my cape on. The baddie's gonna love this. So his first order as Grand Regent was to get rid of the weak. Everyone just started murking each other, punching heads off shoulders, destroying spines. This dude got both of his arms struck through his gut. Then the guy who did it proceeded to get his spine ripped out. It was pure chaos out there. Even the kids getting boxed up. He didn't deserve to get jumped like this. Y'all are the only children.
Ball my shirt up.
See this?
What about it?
You.
Yeah.
Then the guy who did it proceeded to get his spine ripped out. It was pure chaos out there. Even the kids getting boxed up. He didn't deserve to get jumped like this. Y'all are the only children on the planet. Literally, 1,000 years later, y'all somehow didn't age. Y'all supposed to stick together. And it just kept getting worse. Mans got stomped on by a stray boot. Shorty got her spine, I don't know, dislocated. Right after, he gets put into a full Nelson while someone else grabs his legs, pulling him apart, all while Thragg is just sitting on his throne. Some time goes by and only the strongest plus Craig remain. We cut back to the present time when we're getting ready to venture off to face Thragg, and I seen someone say a good idea Invincible needs to do. You know how SpongeBob be having those random ass zoom in close-up shots? Invincible needs to start doing that. This shot compared to the comic version is night and day. Ain't nothing moving on the screen anyway, it's just a picture panning to the side. Make this still shot a little more detailed and people will stop getting on your head so much. Hey, we're on our way to fight this Thragg guy. You know, I beat Conquest. You remember Conquest, right? The guy who almost killed every single one of us. Yeah, I got him. Me, solo, with my own 2 hands. Just me and Conquest, duking it out. No team, no help, no backup. No saving grace, no plan B, no distractions, no running, no hesitation. In fact, I was pretty calm the whole time. He barely landed a hit on me. It was almost like I wasn't even fighting Conquest, you know, like what was going on? But that's besides the point. Considering how I beat Conquest, and you know how strong Conquest is. I mean, he was fighting Conquest himself. Everybody fought Conquest. So if I was able to beat Conquest, Thragg, I think I'll be fine.
Why is everyone so nervous about fighting this Thragg guy? No way he lives up to the hype.
You haven't seen the reports.
What do they say?
That he lives up to the hype.
We'll see.
Oliver, who do you think you are? How many times do you need to get your ass beat to realize you're not like that? Your only bodies are the Mahler twins. Matter of fact, everybody at this table is on fraud watch, except Talia, because, you know, she's not even, whatever. The other 3, though, has been nothing but glorified punching bags the entire war. Y'all are just here to fill up the slot so we can get in the game. We got our starting 5. So then we see Nolan and Thetis talking, and Nolan was like, yeah, Thragg, he 100% needs to get taken out. But the other Viltrumites, you said it yourself, will be weak and scattered with Nolan. Don't start this shit with me, bro. I'm gonna let you know right now. Every last Viltrumite will be eradicated, me included. We're all dying. But we finally made it to Planet Viltrum. Zoe has these darts that'll weaken a Viltrumite if it hits, but peep this. Nolan, Omni-Man, Oliver's dad, or whatever you want to call him, tells him, yo, however strong you think you are, trust me, Thragg is stronger. Yes, I'm talking to you specifically, nigga. Don't go out there thinking you could just box the strongest being in the universe.
That also means you don't try to...
Hold on, Mark, I ain't done with him. Oliver, if you go out there and start lollygagging while wearing my symbol, I promise next time I won't come back. I'm saying this in the nicest way possible. You added nothing. Literally no value to this war whatsoever. At least Alan can tank a few hits. Zoe has some magical nanotech in you. You're just here. So they fly off towards the planet, thinking, oh, Thragg must be laying low somewhere waiting for his reinforcement. Not at all. He was waiting for them to arrive, but he's not here alone. He doesn't need to lift a finger yet. Battle Beast is out here having a blast. Anissa pulls up in the most unorthodox way possible. Why is she upside down? She starts talking smack just to get her jaw rocked. Then Zoe lands a dart on a different Steve Harvey variant, and Alan finally catches a body. He's still a fraud though, because not only was that guy weakened, but this is the only thing he does for the rest of this encounter. We see Krieg once again, and Frame 1 gets his arm broke. He is so buns. Cut back to Anissa with her juggling Nolan, telling him how Earth made him soft. Right as she says that, he dodges, got her looking in the same direction, didn't even comprehend that she airballed yet. And this is the cleanest thing I've seen Battle Beast do. He spun to dodge her attack, kept spinning, smacking her on the side of her head. Thetis out here getting getting jumped by 3 people, so Alan decides to leave Zoe all alone for some reason. We've seen her track record. Luckily this time she was able to defend herself, and that explosion was so strong that the nigga evaporated.
What?
Ceased to exist. See, this is all y'all had to say. I understand it now. That's why y'all glaze her. She could just erase people from existence. And while Mark was busy getting his neck grabbed for the 2nd time in this fight, the real MVP showed up. Space Racer. Caught one body off the entrance. Thragg aura farmed a little bit. You know he gotta get those off. Not gonna lie though, he needs to put a switch on that shit immediately. Start firing at everything. One of them is bound to hit. But he pulls up with a platoon of Ragnars and they were putting in work. Shorty got her face bit off, ribs exposed, another one got split in 2, and with everyone occupied, it was a free line to Thragg. I sat up like, yeah, it's time. Omni-Man about to go crazy.
Boom!
He simply stepped back, and it looked like he didn't even know it was Nolan at first. He said, oh, it's you. Hold this real quick. Punched him all the way down, and then he
said what?
I said, y'all ain't that cold. Don't say nothing.
You ain't that cold.
Boy, bye.
So you'll get knocked out.
No, I would. You ain't moving like
just
that, bro.
appears with the lightning, by the way. That was crazy. But surprisingly, Thragg wasn't immediately on 10. He actually gave Nolan a chance to come back to their side. But real quick, back to the others. Space Racer gets his helmet broken, and I lied earlier. Alan actually does catch another body. You know what? Alan and Zoe, separate their frauds, but together they're actually putting in work. Alan created that space, and like I said before, Zoe got that magical nanotech. Anyways, one of the reasons why I like Viltrumite so much is because the way they fly. I feel like they fly exactly how we would fly if we had powers. Hovering around just because they can. It just looks cooler. You don't see Superman doing that. But he was telling Thragg that it's over. The universe is united against us. But it doesn't have to end with our extinction. Agree to terms and I'll stop this. But of course, he's not agreeing to no damn terms. Thragg is not someone you can talk down. He has too much pride for that. They step face to face and man oh man. Never have I seen someone wind a punch to the point it creates a vortex, bringing him in. Sent him flying, and not gonna lie, it's getting to the point where Oliver is just pissing me off. Grabs his fist, breaks it, little stupid ass tried running away, tears his arm and jaw off. Do I even feel bad anymore? I'm starting to think he's genuinely stupid. I'm hoping after this encounter, he finally realizes he's not who he think he is. So Mark sees that, gets tossed to the side.
I killed Conquest. Yes, me. No help, no nothing. It was just me and him. Me and Conquest. Alone.
Well, where was Nolan?
My dad wasn't even there, so don't even try to say he helped. I killed Conquest. Is any more clarification needed? If you want me to describe how I did it, I will.
Mark rushes in just to get hit with a demon impact frame. Block that shit with his forehead. We get a new angle. I don't know if he dodged those 2 hits or if he ate it, but he weaves the 3rd one. Mean ass left, almost concussed him. Punched the gut, grabbed him by the neck and back hit him. Flies after him and we get a little intermission. Of course, Craig is getting his ass beat once again. That's the only thing he knows how to do. Lose. Battle Beast then goes straight for Thragg, and my goodness did he get embarrassed. He ran in talking about some
finally
just to get that mask punched off his face, jetpack ripped off and tossed into the emptiness of space. Meanwhile, Nolan finally comes back, telling everyone to follow him. The moment Space Racer aimed that gun at the planet, I knew what was gonna happen. And with how fast Thragg looked right here, I'm surprised he ain't catch up, but yeah, that laser went straight through the planet with 3 of them right behind, blew it to smithereens. And the moment I seen Thragg crying, I knew it was up. He murked him in seconds, then proceeded to squash his head like it was nothing. I don't know though, he might be able to heal that back, who knows. He goes after Nolan and was straight up telling him that he murked Thetis way too fast, but I won't make the same mistake. And not gonna lie, the fact that they kept using the same PNG, like it went from flying to snapping back to that frame, was frying me. Mark catches up to them, but immediately caught an elbow, hits him with a 2H, that goes right back for Nolan, connecting mean combo. Meanwhile, for the 27th time, we see Alan getting jumped once again. And Krieg knew better than to go out there first. He really waited until Alan was already in a combo to get involved. And finally, Alan doing something other than getting beat on. He locked in, grabbed the fist, headbutt, dodges last second, made him hit his own man's, connects the knee, grabs the arm, 2 knees back to back, threw him away. And of course, Krieg trash ass gets smacked away by Zoe, not even using her lasers or anything. That 5'2", 90-pound body got you trying to touch your toes. Space Racer putting in work like always, not surprised. Caught another Viltrumite body, and then they just leave. Yo, I'd be pissed if I found out y'all just up and left us. Didn't even bother finding Oliver, and Space Racer caught another body on the way out. Yo, what are y'all running from? I know it's not Krieg. Damn, right in the esophagus. So Nolan rushed in, immediate arm break. Didn't even do a move. He just put his hand up and it broke. Tossed him to the side. I want Mark.
Nah, why you running? Why you running? You killed Conquest, right? What you scared of?
Grabbed the back of his head. Come here. Was holding him by the face like he was a child. Nolan comes in for the rescue. Mark said, Dad? It's GG's. I'm glad fatal wounds and, your inside spilling out doesn't mean anything to a Viltrumite. I have nothing to worry about. He's going to be fine. Mark, he tried his best, but his best is not enough. Get his neck grabbed for the 9th time today. Headbutt left him doozy, and he was going to die right here and now. Until Thragg looked at his planet and said, damn, there isn't much of us left. Decided to let Mark live for the simple fact there's only a handful of them left. The Viltrumites flew off. Mark, Nolan, and Oliver eventually get picked up by the crew. A few weeks go by, these two recover, while Oliver is in a whole healing chamber. With Thetis dead, the council needed a replacement, to which they wanted Alan to fill that role. And the main thing they wanted him to do was find those remaining Viltrumites. They searched everywhere. We have no clue where they are. Until Mark says,
they've gone to Earth.
That is genuinely terrifying. They've gone to where? Cecil was just celebrating how it's been a decade since Earth been Viltrumite free. In a few days, he's gonna have 6 arriving on his front porch with nobody protecting it. Eve is pregnant. I mean, you got Immortal. Immortal not doing shit, bro. We're cooked. But Scratch just 6. He put up with a whole platoon. Though everything we see at the beginning is all in Mark's head. He's thinking they put up on Earth and just raised havoc. But once they get to Earth, Mark's searching everywhere, but it seems that no one is here. Thragg isn't here. First thing he does is go see his mom. They've been away for 10 months. Tells her, yeah, we're fine. Oliver, though, he's healing, so don't worry too much. But mid-convo, he imagines Thragg ripping Debbie's head off her shoulders. He got that man traumatized. And Nolan's just hovering over the house. Debbie yells at him, yo, what were you thinking? You let Oliver get hurt? Huh? No. Don't put that on me. He got himself hurt. And you let him leave. Facts. But this time, he wasn't about to leave without saying what he really wanted to say. Stop acting like you don't know me. Give me a chance to make things right. And he goes on to say, yeah, you may not fuck with me now, but you will.
Wow.
I know you. You believe in second chances, and I didn't get to use mine yet. I'll leave it at that. See you in 20 minutes. We cut to the next day. She's talking with Paul about what happened, and he says, you know what? Just go see Oliver. You never let any other adversity stop you. Why start now?
It's probably also another reason why things between us didn't work out. Paul.
No, it's fine. I get it. I'm not super nigga after all. I can't fly or lift cars or read minds. I think I did my best. Always treated you right. Never called you a pet or anything. Make 6 figures unlike someone who's broke. Treat the boys like my own. Not to mention I didn't kill over 2,000 people in Chicago, but hey, we all got our quirks, right? Then we see Nolan go back to the spot where he pummeled Mark. When Cecil comes through, and I'm sorry, who the fuck does Cecil think he is? He said, oh, there's 40 Viltrumites left. You blew up their planet, giving them a reason to be even more pissed than what they were. And they know that Earth is where all your loved ones are at. You call that winning? Now, Cecil, you're not wrong one bit. You were completely right. I just don't like your tone. How about you go out there and fight 17 Viltrumites?
Until then, get the fuck off my planet.
Until then, get the fuck off my planet.
Get the fuck off my planet. You hear me?
And you mean ride that shit. I don't know. That shit sound good. Like sound.
Yo, who are you feeling like? Get off whose planet? This is not yours. This planet belongs to whatever Viltrumite currently inhabits it. Anyways, Mark goes to see Eve. She gained a little weight and ain't nothing wrong with that, cause word. But he's telling her how they have no clue where the Viltrumites are at. We destroyed their home, gave them motive to come here and get revenge.
But you said there's not that many of them, right? With the Guardians and Cecil and everyone else would...
Honestly, Eve, that didn't make me feel any better. I actually feel worse now. I'd rather fight all 8 by myself. Me and you both know the Guardians are just police and spandex. Like, how did Samson get on the team? I asked Cecil and he don't even know. But speaking of the Guardians, they're actually trying to open a portal to get Monster Girl and Rudy back, but it's not going too good. To the point where Cecil said, fuck them. They gotta find their own way back. My question is, when Sinclair got grabbed by the squid, where did this girl go? You were standing right next to him. Surely you know how to turn it off. There's no way you're wearing a lab coat, holding a clipboard, equipped yourself with that fuck-ass haircut just to be useless. Donald had to punch the console to close it. Where did you run off to? But the next time we see Rudy and Monster Girl, they're most likely going to be grown. That Flaxen's Dimension time moves way faster. Now we're back to Mark though. This is when Eve finally tells him that before he left, she was pregnant and that she actually got an abortion. I mean, they're 19 and broke, and she had no clue if Mark was even coming back and most likely doesn't want to be a single mother. So yeah, I'm not even mad at Eve for real. I'm more so annoyed at Mark for crying about not being here when nigga you was out there trying to save billions of lives. Like when you first heard the news, yes, let out all your emotions, I understand. I'm not expecting you to get over that anytime soon. It's a big deal. But then later on he brings it up again, and I'm not saying you can't be sad or cry. I mostly just want him to stop treating himself like he's a deadbeat. Knowing him, he's gonna keep beating himself up about this when he has the most valid reason on why he wasn't here. So later on, this is when Debbie leaves with Nolan to go see Oliver. And she over here trying to act all mad, all upset, like, oh my gosh, you gotta carry me?
She like, man, pick me up. She knows she want to be tossed around a little bit in the sky. She's like, oh, like good old days.
Mark is right there. He could have carried you up. You're not slick, Debbie. You wanted Nolan to pick you up. I told y'all the chance wasn't 0. It's more closer to 50% now. So Mark goes on a flight to just clear his head when he happens to see Thragg himself, and he told him exactly what's going to happen. Me and mine are going to blend in with your people. Wear your clothes, walk your streets, birth more of us, restore Viltrum back to where it's supposed to be, and you're not going to do anything about it. Lucan's on his way to host a game show. Anissa's probably out there mad somewhere, and Krieg is, I don't know, smoking some bullshit. But if you try to stop us, interfere in any way, we will destroy this planet in an instant. Do you accept these terms? And of course he accepted. There's nothing he could have possibly done. He already tried to punch him and it did nothing. But it ends with Alan looking at the message Thetis left in case of his death. And what he told him is that now that he's dead, it's all up to you. You must use the Scourge virus and eradicate every last Viltrumite, no matter the cost. By the way, since Viltrumites and humans apparently have very similar DNA, that virus will wipe out every single being on Earth, not just Viltrumites. And it ends just like that. Season 4 of Invincible. Pretty sure season 5 is already confirmed, so you know we'll be there for that when that drop. Hopefully animation approves, because I thought they were gonna lock in for the big scenes like they did in season 3, but they in fact did not do that. Let's just hope they do it for the next season.
It was a good season.
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot more like action packed, a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? Thragg still dope. You know what I'm saying? Still the GOAT. For now, because we don't know what's to come, you know.
Facts.
But y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about season. By the time y'all see this, we haven't did episode 8. Well, we have done it. It's not out yet, but it's coming soon. But y'all spam us up. Let us know y'all thoughts in the comments down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ No Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
No time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar.